everyone, it's Lisa. Today on DoodleDrawArt, we're going to draw a Pokemon Go Factions logo. We've got the Team Instinct, the Team Mystic, and today we're going to draw the Team Valor. So you will need your red marker for this, and I've used a pink color pencil for the edges around this central circle. All right, so we're going to get started by drawing this little beak section here in the central portion of this phoenix character, or whatever type of bird this is. So we're just going to make right here in the center of the page a tiny little diamond shape that has a longer bottom portion than the top. And then around that, we're going to make the head. So we're going to make a little curve here, which is the left side of the head, and then we're going to come up to the top and make another curve that comes around the other side. Now you see I've left an opening and I've left it a little bit off center. You don't have to leave an opening. We're going to color this in eventually. And now what we're going to do is we're going to make the part of the phoenix head that comes up toward the top. So it's very fiery looking, and there's no real distinct way I can describe these shapes, but we're going to start off with a little bit of a bump out to the left side, and then another line that comes up and just curves in a bit more, and then another line that comes up and curves in a bit more, and then we're going to come in and go up straight a little bit before finishing this top with like a hook shape. We're going to come back down the other side of this hook, and we're just going to make a little tiny like finger shape that comes up here, just a little up point. Then we're going to come down and bump out to the side, and then we're going to come pretty far down here before angling over this way. And now this part reminds me a little bit of a hand that's shaped like this with a little flick coming off of here. So this is the part of the top of the hand, and then here is the flick coming off, and then here's the knuckle of the hand coming down toward one of the fingers, and then there's going to be this little hooky part here that looks a bit like a finger also. And then after this hook, you're going to come in toward the closed up circle of the hand, and you're going to have a thumb that comes down like this, and then under the hand and up the arm, it goes along here, and then it comes in. Now we're going to come down, we're just going to make a little bump here. All of this is going to be colored in. Let me just show you what I mean here. All this is going to be red. And then we're making our way to finish this outline here. So we made one little bump, and then we're just going to curve in and out, and then we're going to have another little bump here, and then this is a fairly long curvy section here that's going to come down back in towards the head. Now all of this is going to be colored in all along through here, just around, down to the head. Great. Next part we're going to draw is the shape that comes up into the sides. So what we've done so far is just this section here. Now we're going to draw in these long wings. So from this head section, we're just going to curve in a little bit here, and then we're going to bring these wings, just make sure my paper is straight here so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to bring this wing out and up. It's going to curve in a little bit. So we're going to go out and up, and it's curving in. And then up here, we're going to have like maybe a thumb shape, and then there's going to be like a bump here as well. It comes down and in. So let's actually go ahead and make the other side of this right away. So we wanted to finish just as far away as we were before. So if we kind of even measured, we would see that that needs to be right here, and then down from the top of my paper the same amount on both sides. So then from here, we're going to swoop out a little bit like that. And then we're going to swoop in and meet up here. And then this is going to have that same curve in at the base of the neck. So these are about symmetrical on both sides. We're going to be coloring in this whole section in red. Now, it doesn't hurt to give yourself sort of an idea of the general shape of this. After we do this thumb, it's going to come out to the side like this. And I'm just going to draw a little bit of curve here just to give me a guideline about how thickly I would like to draw this whole entire logo. So you can see that it's in general going to be about this thick around the edges. So I got it maybe thicker on this side. I was just doing sketch lines here, so I'm going to stay in a little closer there. I'm going to erase this after. All right, so same thing's going to happen over on this side. We're going to have like a thumb shape. So first it's going to have a point with a bump, and then it's going to bump out again underneath. And both of these sides are the same. So let's start over here on the left. After we draw this little bump of a thumb, we're going to have a little tiny flick this way, and then we're going to come back in, and we're going to draw a little curve around here, and then a finger that goes like this. So it's going to come from there and point up, and then down like this. And then we're going to have a line that comes out to the side and down out further. And then we have like a little bulgy spot here, and a bump in, and a line down. Then we have a pretty straight line next. So we're going to come along this line here, just make a straight curve coming in. Then there's a shape that reminds me of a lobster claw. So from here, it's going to have like a C shape, points up like this, and then comes back down. And then there's a bit of a bump down here, and it curves in again. And then we're going to have this little bump section that comes out, maybe a little further here. Yeah. Bump section that comes out and back in like a nose with a lip, and then a chin, and then like a twaddle or a double chin, and it comes in. So all of this is going to be colored in red. All of this inside here, coming down from the top, colored in red. All right, so now that we've done this nose and lip and chin and twaddle, we're going to draw the next part, which is going to curve out like this, and then bump and point, like so. And then from this point, we're going to come in toward a hook that comes back out, and then in toward a hook that's going to come in this way, a big, long C shape. And from here, we're going to have a bump like this, and then a little nose pointing out, and another chin right there. Then we're going to have a bigger C that comes in like this, and now a bird's head. So a line like the head of a bird with a beak sticking out. Then we're going to come under the bird's chin, down towards the bird's body, and there's the body of the bird right there. Then a little bump. Then we're going to come out to the side like this and make another bump and another bump. Now here's the bottom middle, so we're just going to make a curve here. We're just going to connect this like so. So you're going to end up right underneath here. And all of this section is going to be colored in red. All right, so now a mirror image of the same thing on the other side. So we have this thumb coming down, and now we're going to come from this little curve. There's a little sticky out bit right here, and then we're going to come around like this, and this long finger that points up, curves like this, and then comes down the outside. So this is all just a mirror image of what we did. Then we have this little double bump here, and a curve this way, and then we're going to bump in and come down a little bit here, just like on that side. Then we have this lobster claw, so we're going to come along here and up, and then a C shape, and a long skinny line, and then in, and a bump over. Then we have this little sticky out nose, to a top lip, like this, to a chin, and a twaddle. So this is all reflective of the other side. And then we're going to come in and make a little bump that comes up with this little double bump on it, and then a hook out, just like so, and then down. Now here we have this long C shape that comes back out, and then sort of I don't even know if I remember what I called this, but here's like a bit of an eyebrow, and then a pointy nose, and then a chin, and then a big open C shape that comes right back out. And we have this bird head with a beak, and then under the bird's head, and the bird's bumped out belly. And then we're going to come in and bump down, and we're going to have this bump with a little bump, all the bumps. And finally, one last bump that points out before coming into the middle. And we're going to color all of this in red. All right, the last part now is this tail of the phoenix at the bottom of the character, the figure. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to come into the middle and we're going to make a line that's just going to swoop across like so. And beside this, we're going to draw like a little quotation mark with two little points on it. So there's a little flicker of flame there. Now, from this line here, we're going to draw a curve in and a bump, and then a longish line that goes over this way to bump, and then a double point right there, and another bump, and then a line that comes out further with like a bird beak up and down. And then from here, we're going to have little bumps and a bigger bump, and then we're going to curve in and bump down, and then a hook here, and a longer line that's going to come this way. Now let's go back up to the top and work on this next part. So from here, we're going to have a line that goes over and hooks down, and this is a point that comes back up, and then we're going to go down along like this with a little bump here, curve in, a line that goes up, bump here, and then this is like another lobster claw. I don't know, I keep seeing lobster claws in here. Maybe it's because I'm in Canada and I'm on the East Coast, and there's lots of lobsters around here, and they're red when you cook them. So there's the lobster claw that I was talking about. And we're going to now have a little bump here, and it's going to curve up and bump, and then there's going to be... All right, so here's what happened. I did not realize my camera stopped working when I was right here. I just drawn this little hook. So I'm going to walk you through the very last part of this while looking at the fully finished version. I colored all this in while I did some more talking, and yeah, this happened. Okay, so we just started this little hook here. We just did this bump and hook down, and so then there's just a little bump up here and a curved line that comes up to the point, just like this, and then it comes down like this, and then there's this like little hand shape here. So we're going to curve up to the thumb and in, and curve up to the top and in, and then bumping over the hand and down. And then you just have to curve to connect to the part that we've already drawn together. Then I colored all of this in just like so. Da, 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 da. Then I got my true pink color pencil out. Sorry, this guy was hanging out behind there. I'm not sure why, but he was. So then I just drew a nice curved line up here with my pink. This is true pink Laurentian. And just drew a nice curve up here. And it's a circle, so the line continues down from here around to the bottom, and then at this spot right here it just gets a little thicker. It comes out to the side thicker like this, and then comes down to the bottom. So from here there's a point, and then a thickness, and then on the same side over here, on the other side, same shape, curving like this, and then at this spot here we're just going to curve out to give a thickness, and then back into the bottom. All right, so there you have the Team Valor Pokemon Go emblem. You can click the link up here in the corner to learn how to draw Team Mystic or Team Instinct. And I would love it if you would click like if you liked watching me draw this video. And please comment below. Tell me which of these factions you plan to play, which one you are playing. And if you're not planning to play, tell me which one you think is the nicest looking. Me personally, I think this one is the prettiest. This phoenix-shaped one. I'm just going to erase my sketch lines here. I think this one is the nicest looking visually. It's very fiery. I like the red color. It's very bold. So yeah, please tune in. Just click the link in the info card and you can link into these videos and many more. And subscribe for more Doodle Draw art. Thanks for watching.